As American pastors have grown increasingly discontent with their profession, more than half have seriously considered leaving pastoral ministry since 2020 for various reasons. A new study from the Hartford Institute for Religion Research suggests. The data suggests that as of fall 2023, 53% of religious leaders have seriously considered leaving pastoral ministry at least once since 2020. This share is significantly higher than the 37% of pastors who reported in 2021 that they had similar thoughts since 2020. About 44% of pastors also said they seriously considered leaving their congregations at least once since 2020. This is more than double the 21% of pastors who reported this sentiment in 2021. The growing discontent among pastors was described in the report as a disconcerting reality that implies clergy are in the midst of a challenging time. The average clergy person was described as a 59-year-old leader who had served in their position for a median of 7 years, and was 80% more likely to be white and male. Some 75% were employed full-time, and 60% of them served solo rather than as part of a team of leaders. While most pastors reported taking a day off during the week, only a few have taken a sabbatical in the last decade. About a third held paid employment beyond their ministry work, and this was found to be more common among pastors who served part-time. Nevertheless, more than a quarter of full-time pastors reported additional employment. In their efforts to explain the rising discontent among clergy, researchers examined questions of overall health and wellness among the leaders. They found that it did not appear that a large percentage of clergy have suddenly become unwell or are suffering a dramatic emotional or spiritual disease and then thinking about leaving. Researchers found that the changing religious landscape in America, sped up by the pandemic and enforced lockdowns, has led to the challenging times that pastors now face, causing more of them to think of changing churches or leaving the profession altogether. Researchers also found that the denomination a pastor belongs to also affects how likely they were to have thoughts about leaving the ministry. Catholic and Orthodox priests were least likely to entertain such thoughts, while mainline Protestant clergy were the most likely, they said. Even though a large percentage of evangelical clergy also ponder leaving the ministry, proportionately fewer of them do so in comparison to their mainline Protestant peers. Knowing this percentage of pastors wanting to walk away from their ministry, please take time to say a prayer for them. Thanks for listening to this podcast of Transforming Lives with Pastor Ken Smith.